So I kind of forgot to grab the GoPro because this kind of went together a hell of a lot better than I thought it was going to, me doing it by myself. But as you can see, the transfer case is going back together. I picked up the machined input shaft today. I took it over to my buddies at Turner Cycles. Good old friends of mine. They've been helping me on my ATV stuff years ago. So I took it to them. He took care of me. Really excellent turnaround. I wasn't expecting it to have it back this quick. But since we do, trying to get it together, try to show some shots how I'm going back together, and I got the new chain. I went ahead and did buy a new chain. The other one really did not look bad at all, but it had probably 100-something passes down the track on it. So just for safe measure, I went ahead and swapped it out with a new one. I'm gonna put a picture up of the before and after of the shaft and kind of show you what we did. But basically, here's this one. This is the one that came out of it. So we took the little camphor there and made it, you know, where you can easily slide it in the seal. Put a little angle there, and he did basically the exact same on the new one. You know, shaved it down in the middle. And like I said, I'll show the pictures. I did take some pictures of it, but that's what they look like next to each other. So we are going back together. Hopefully I can have it together tonight after I eat dinner here shortly, and that way all I gotta do as soon as I get transmission lines in is get all those plumbed, and hopefully that one line will work on the output of the trans. So making progress. So as you can see, G-case is fully back together. I put it together last night, but I wanted to go ahead and let all the silicone dry. I'll just wipe my hand around it because I don't like the stupid little bead. I'd rather just make it all nice and smooth. But everything's good to go. I got me a new seal on the back because, as probably most of you know, these things just tend to dry rot. This is probably my 4th one of those. But anyways, got that in. As you can see, new input shaft is ready to go. And you've seen from the pictures that I will have up the difference in length. I mean, it's not much. The shafts are exactly the same everywhere, but on length, going from the standard, the like 5 or 6 speed transmission shaft to the normal 48 one. But the output shaft of the transmission is so much bigger for these other ones. And there's a lot of people running this new setup in the transfer case, so I'm not worried about it. Really, I was just worried about the output shaft in the trans. But as you can see, I got it sitting on transmission jack. I'm going to give it a go at trying to stab it on the back of the transmission tonight. Don't laugh at my sketch way to put a transfer case in. But it works by yourself. So basically it's my transmission jack. A block that's really only sitting about barely on the transmission jack, as you can see. Because the transfer case doesn't sit straight. But it is on. Got all the bolts on there, so at least I don't have to worry about it falling off, so I actually could video. But all I gotta do is torque them back down. As you can see, everything fits perfectly fine. Everything looks good. Hopefully I can get that torqued down and get the cross member and all the braces put back in. Transfer case is fully installed. Cross member is installed. I did get the cross member powder coated just because it had a bunch of nastiness on it. It was just easier just to go ahead and sandblast it and just powder coat it. Everything's in though. I went ahead and bought a new brace for here just because I've never changed the other one and it's cheap enough while you're doing it. Went ahead and bought one of those. I'll see how good this video turns out, and if I don't like it, I might just redo this, but I mean refilm it is what I mean. But got the 4-wheel drive, shift linkage, everything's coming back together. Now all I got to do is wait for transmission lines, even though I think I screwed this front one up. But that's part of it. You live and you learn. So as I suspected, as soon as you put the fitting on that, I mean, you can't even get the fitting on it. It goes straight to the shift linkage there. So I think I figured out a way to do it. I think I'm either going to get a 45 and a 90. I'm going to try to get those local at Smiley's, which is north of Houston. I bought some stuff from them before. It won't be the exact same brand that I buy, but it'll work for now. But anyways, I got the lines pretty much made. I mean, there's how it comes into there. Don't worry about this line still drooping. I actually got to cut that fuel line back down. But there's how it comes out of the heat exchanger. Goes around, comes straight into the filter, 90s up, goes up above the frame rail there for the fuel tank. And then I decided to go ahead and take the long route first into the cooler. That way you get some heat, you know, changing with just air as you drive. Goes through the cooler, comes back out, and I have one continuous solid line running up here and going right there, tying right back into the trans. I also got the correct fitting for the air dog, so there's where it goes, feeds down from the sump. And then I have the return and then the engine one. The engine one's what I got to cut down. That's why it's drooping, because I kind of rerouted it this time while I had everything out. And then I have just two -6 returns. One's the engine, one's coming from the pump, and I'll get up there and show that one in just a second. So as I'd been going over earlier, that's how it ties into the tank. So you have one going there, and I don't know how good you are going to see that. Hopefully it's better. I'm sticking the GoPro way up under the fender here. But basically you have two -6 AN return lines going to the top of the tank. Really just cleans it up. Makes it just look a lot nicer. And I really just like the black line. So hopefully I'll get fuel in it tomorrow, and we should be rocking and rolling this weekend. I guess here goes nothing. Okay.